Hey there, it's Miss Henson. Today we're going to go over in this video a little bit about regrouping when we are adding 2 and 3 digit numbers together. So if you remember, regrouping is a strategy that we need to use when we're adding numbers when the 2 digits that we're adding are greater or at 10 or greater. We need to regroup and we need to move some of those numbers around so that we can get the correct answer. So I'm going to show a couple examples on the board and then you can practice on your own. So the first problem that I'm going to do on the board is I'm going to do a 2-digit adding to a 2-digit number. So the first one I'm going to do is 27 plus 74. Okay, so if I was adding this, I would first want to make sure that I know which digits are in my ones place and which digits are in my tens place. So if I'm looking at this, it's always the digits that are furthest to the right that are in my ones place. They're the first numbers you see kind of in there. So this would be my ones place. And the place next to my ones place is always my tens place. Okay? So when I'm thinking about regrouping, something that's easy for me is I put a line between my different columns of numbers so I make sure that they're lined up correctly. Okay, so I'm going to add this. I know that some of you use touch points and some of you don't, so just do what's ever comfortable for you. But if I was adding 7 plus 4, I'm going to put touch points on there. And I'm going to count 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, but the problem with writing 11 down here is I have a 1 in my ones place and I have a 1 in my tens place. But I still have to add all of these other numbers into my tens place. So what we have to do is we have to regroup. And we have to bump this 1 in my tens place up here so I can add it to all of my other numbers, okay? So then I would add it to these numbers. And I would say 7, 8, 9, 10. So my answer would be 101. And the reason that I can just write this as 10 instead of having to regroup is because the tens place doesn't have any hundreds next to it. It doesn't have any numbers that I need to add this to. So I don't need to regroup in this situation. I can just write the number down. Okay, let's practice one more. We are going to do 34 plus 19. Again, I need to figure out what is in my tens place and what's in my ones place. My digits always furthest on the right are going to be in my ones place. So I'm just going to put an O above them. And then over here, I know this is my tens place, so I'm going to put a little T. Okay, I'm going to put my regrouping box just in case I need it. And then I'm going to go ahead and add these numbers. So I'm at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to carry down my 3, but my 1 in 13, I have to push all the way up here. So it's 13. Then I need to add these numbers. So 3, 4, 5. My answer would be 53. Okay, let's try one example with a 3-digit. Okay, so for a 3-digit number, it's the same exact process, okay? So I'm going to start with my 3-digit numbers. Let's do 378 plus 414. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my lines and figure out what numbers are in what columns. Okay, this is my ones place, this is my tens place, and this is my hundreds place. Okay, I'm going to add these numbers first, 8 plus 4. I'm going to put my boxes first, because that's what helps me. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to carry down my 2, but my 1, I need to bring all the way up here and put it in my tens column. Then I'm going to do the same thing, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then I have my last numbers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My answer would be 792. We're going to do one example where we have to regroup to the thousands, and then you can practice them on your own. Okay, so I'm going to do 525 plus 616. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide my columns to make sure I know which numbers are in which columns. So this is my ones place, this is my tens place, and this is my hundreds place. I'm going to add 5 and 6 together to start after I put my boxes up. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry down my 1 and move up my other 1. 2, 3, 4. And then for this last one, I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So for my 11, because I don't have anything in my thousands place that I have to add it to, I can just write it down. So my answer would be 1,141. I hope that helped you to be able to practice what regrouping looks like, and we'll practice more in class.